Jesus of grace. John 1 verses 16 to 17. Moses gave the law, and Jesus gives grace. He is God who came as a man. He is the embodiment of God's love and the perfect fulfillment of God's own love. John 1 verse 16. We have received everything from His fullness. I received grace upon grace. His word, fullness, John 1 verse 14 says that Christ was full of grace and truth. Jesus is the one who came with the fullness of God. That fullness has been given to us. I was saved by the blood of His grace. People have misunderstood the Bible and expressed salvation as simply being limited to forgiveness of sins. Salvation is not just about not going to hell because of sin. Salvation means getting back everything that was lost due to sin. In other words, we receive tremendous things that are restored according to the original purpose of creation. First, we have become like God and have been restored to live forever with God. Second, the authority to rule over heaven and earth and all things. Third, the power to command angels. Fourth, we have become a being who enjoys complete satisfaction, peace, and happiness no matter what. Not only this, but He has poured out abundant grace that enriches our lives even while we live in this world. As we live in the world, we must spread the gospel and receive grace upon grace that comes from the Word of God's truth in order to live a life of holiness and victory over sin. Grace for the sake of grace. Jesus not only saves us from sin and death, but also continues to pour out abundant grace on us so that we can live as saved ones. Grace is something that God gives freely to those who do not deserve to purchase or receive it. The meaning of grace upon grace is also a favorite usage of the Hebrew people, expressing infinite abundance. It is superior to everything else that God can give to people. These graces are forgiveness, redemption, protection, sanctification, and peace. Peace here is complete inner freedom. John 1 verse 17. The law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came from Jesus Christ. The law was given by Moses. As a servant of God, Moses received the law from God on Mount Sinai and taught the law to the Jews. The Israelites formed their government under God through that law. Romans 4 verse 15. For the law brings wrath, and where there is no law there is no transgression, the law causes wrath. The law shows God's perfect righteousness. In the face of God's perfect righteousness, the sins of human beings are revealed without being able to hide them at all. Because of this, people have no choice but to receive wrath before God's justice and receive eternal judgment. And the law entailed many burdensome rituals. Now, in place of the law that kills, the gospel that saves has been given to us through Jesus Christ. The greatness of the gospel of salvation and the grace and truth that come through Jesus Christ have set us free. Grace and truth guarantee new life from Jesus Christ, bringing righteousness and life from sin and death. The law, shadowy sacrifices, and heavy ceremonies have all disappeared in Jesus Christ. The abundant mercy given to mankind through Jesus Christ enabled even the humblest, weakest, and most sinful people to live through Him.